Hey butterflies, it's Farah and I am back with another episode for you. Go ahead and like, comment, share, and just subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Go ahead and like, rate, and download this episode if you're listening to me on any podcast platform. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, hello, I am your host, Farah Voltaire, and I'm super excited to be here with you again. Today's episode is not going to be long at all, but I'm just going to share a little bit of what God is calling me to do in this season. So this episode is called Dear Diary, My Veil Era. Before I get started though, please go ahead and go in the description box below and follow us on Instagram. And if you want anything or need anything from us and would like to sponsor any of our upcoming events, you can go ahead and email us also. And all of that information is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. So Dear Diary, My Veil Era. So what does veil era mean? What is veiling? What is that? So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context into who I am and where I come from, my background. So I was raised, my mother is Haitian, my father is Haitian. I am Haitian, okay? Haitian American, born in America, raised here, but my culture is Haitian culture. And I was raised, my mother, after she had me, she gave her life to Christ and she raised me up in the ways of the Lord. So growing up in Haitian church, there was just this one thing that we always used to do, and it was maitet, or wrapping our hair. So we would always wrap our hair with head wraps or mouchoir. That's what we call it in Creole. And you would tie your hair up and you'll go to church, and that is respect to the Lord, respect to the church. It's just respect. It was just a way of showing that you had honor and respect for the Lord in the Lord's house. Now, me growing up in that culture, I stopped veiling, I believe, when I was about 13, 14 years old. I stopped veiling. And when I gave my life to Christ at 17, that was the time where I chose to walk alongside Christ my way. It was not dictated by my mother's belief system. It wasn't dictated by my sister. It wasn't dictated by anybody in my life, but it was dictated by how my relationship with God became a thing. And ever since then, it's just been an ongoing, beautiful situation with our growth together, and the way that we walk. And for some reason in this season, I feel the Lord calling me back to veiling again. And I don't know if it's because that's how I was raised or that's what I came up with. But I feel like my spiritual life needs it. And that's just me personally, but I'm saying this to encourage someone that, for me, for example, how the Lord is calling me to do something that to others may be unorthodox or it doesn't make any sense, or is not necessary, quote unquote, in these days and times, or that's old school. Like, we don't do that nowadays. Well, my spirit man is craving this, and I feel that the Lord is calling me to it. I want to say to you butterflies watching this, if the Lord is calling you to do something and it might not make sense to others, it doesn't matter. As long as God is telling you to do it, do it. Lean and trust in the Lord and understand that He is calling you to something that is so unorthodox. It doesn't make any sense. It's not meant to make sense. It is meant to be done. Obedience is better than sacrifice, butterflies. So some things are just not meant to be understood in the spirit. Some things are just not meant to be understood by what the Lord is asking you to do. Some things are just not meant to be understood. Some things are just meant to be obeyed. And when you walk in obedience with God, when you walk in congruence with Him, you will see and understand later. I always say that. If you don't see it now, if you don't understand it now, you're going to understand later. You're going to get it later. And so I just wanted to encourage you butterflies with that in your veiling season, well, for me, in my veiling era, what I'm expecting from God doesn't matter, because He's asking me to do something outside of my own understanding. So me veiling, I don't know, it might last a month, it might last 3, it might last a year, it might be for the rest of my life. I don't know. But I know that in doing so and being obedient to the Lord with this one thing, I don't know how many doors may open from this. I'm not even doing it for that. I'm doing it because I want to have a right relationship with God. I'm doing it because I want to be obedient to Him, and I want to make Him proud, and I want Him to smile. And if He's asking me to veil, then here we go. So I'm just saying this as a disclaimer, butterflies. If you guys start seeing me wearing my hair wraps, okay, and wearing my hair up and all that good stuff, and in a head wrap and bandanas and all that. Just understand that I am veiling and that I am being in congruence with the Spirit of God. I don't know, I might start wearing skirts again and stuff like that. So I don't know, this could be a whole new lifestyle change for your girl. But I do want to encourage you, butterflies, that whatever the Lord is asking you to let go of, whatever the Lord is asking you to release, whatever the Lord is asking you to change about yourself, just be obedient and trust Him, because I promise you, you will see the end of that thing and you will be able to walk out better than you did walking in. It's hard sometimes to be obedient. It's hard sometimes to really understand what God is doing in the season, or what He's asking of us to do in this season. It's hard to really even see it for ourselves, but I promise you, butterflies, in the end, you will understand. And that is the point. Obedience is better than just the sacrifice of me having to probably wear my hair in a bun all the time now, or me not being able to put in sew-ins like I like to do, or change my hairstyle as much as I like, right? But it's worth the sacrifice of not having that freedom with my hair, to be obedient to the Spirit of God, because what happens is that I will be closer to Him, and the things that He desires for me will be more prevalent in my life. So like I said, I might not veil all day every day. I may not veil all week. I may veil on certain days, or I might just do it while I'm fasting. I don't know, but I am going to be obedient, and I'm going to start veiling again. And I wanted to encourage you, butterflies, to just be obedient to the Spirit of God and trust that He is calling you to higher heights. Butterflies, like I said, I'm not going to hold you here longer. If you have any questions on this, or if you want me to break this down anymore, I will. But butterflies, I also want to let you know that this is personal to me. This is only pertaining to myself. If God is calling you to do something, and He's been pulling on your heart to change a certain pattern in your life, or to even lean back into something you used to do with Him, do it. Because you never know exactly what He's trying to do and pull out of you in this season. But also, do not think you have to veil. Veiling is something that I grew up on. I was just raised in that way. And it's something I feel led to do again. So I'm not telling you that you have to veil, that's what women have to do, is cover their hair or do that. No, I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that God is asking us to walk in congruence with His Spirit and His heart. So, all right, butterflies, that is all the time I have here today. I told you I was going to hold you long. All right, butterflies. So go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to this episode if you haven't already. Like, rate, and download to this episode. Please go ahead and look in the description box so that way you can stay updated on all our podcast platforms and on Instagram and all that good stuff. All right, butterflies, you already know what to do. Always fly high. See you next time. All right.